Hey everyone, Microsoft gave investors some great news in recent investor updates, so I thought I'd share those with you here in this video. So let's jump right in.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.
All right, so one example of how people are using artificial intelligence using Microsoft's CoPilot for customer service agents, reducing the query handling time from 15 minutes to 30 seconds. And I've talked about this recently, how most companies, including Microsoft actually, which is kind of funny, have really bad customer service. Really bad customer service. I mean, think of how unsatisfactory most of your communications are with most of the companies that you deal with daily, monthly. Microsoft, for instance, try and call Microsoft's customer service. I haven't been able to find any number for Microsoft to call and communicate with an individual. I've only been directed to automated services, which the automated service on the phone directs me to a message forum where I'm asked to ask the question, which will be answered by someone on the message forum. And I wasn't able to get, after months of trying to get one of my use cases, I had an interesting use case that I wanted to get some better understanding with and possibly purchase a service from Microsoft. Since I wasn't able to get connected with a customer service agent and get connected with an individual to kind of walk me through the process, I ended up going with a different provider. So they lost me as a potential customer. But I think Microsoft is okay with that because they'd rather lose some of those customers on the margin rather than spend the money to hire customer service agents, because that's an expense. They'd rather have automated systems that answer these questions for them. That's cheaper, that's less costly. They've already made the sale in most cases to the customer. And then when it comes to serving the customer, companies, including Microsoft and others, prefer to lower that cost to service the customer as much as humanly possible. And nowadays, not even humanly possible, just as much as possible. And Cineplex, for one, is not the only one trying to reduce the time to serve customers. And if they can reduce that time from 15 minutes to 30 seconds, that not only saves Cineplex money, but it also improves the customer experience in an area that many companies are known for being quite bad at, right? And so artificial intelligence could help many businesses improve that. Some are utilizing it well already, including Amazon, which is, in my opinion, one of the best in terms of customer service and communication and using AI in their customer chat to solve queries before you ever need to speak to anyone, and you get your solution before you get to a human. Microsoft, not so much. I don't have experience with Cineplex, so I don't know. But if it's taking 15 minutes to solve a problem for a customer, that's too long. I think Cineplex is a movie theater company. That's too long, right? That's too long. And so reducing that to 30 seconds is good. Lowering it even further would be ideal. Remember, most of the times you call in, these customer service apps ask you to dial in, punch in a bunch of numbers, and then if you ever get to a human, that human asks you those same questions that the automated service asked you. So overall, that whole customer service industry is ripe for innovation. I mean, it's one of the industries that needs innovation desperately, and artificial intelligence is a great opportunity for companies like Cineplex and Microsoft. Offering this service is great news for Microsoft stock investors. So this quarter, the company made CoPilot available to organizations of all types and sizes, from enterprises to small businesses, and nearly 60% of Fortune 500 now use CoPilot. The potential is huge for companies to utilize CoPilot, the AI assistant, to improve their business processes, to reduce costs, to improve customer experience. The example I highlighted above is one of those rare cases where you can, as a corporation, as an entity, as an enterprise, lower your cost and improve customer experience. Those opportunities are rare where you can lower your cost and improve customer service. I should say. In most cases, corporations make difficult choices to lower their costs, but when they lower those costs, they also lower the customer experience. They lower the customer value because it's hard to find areas where you can lower cost and increase customer value. The one example I highlighted above is one of those rare cases. And so when you find those cases, you better capitalize on them. You better take advantage, because if you don't and your competitors do, you fall behind. You lose competitive advantage. Your customers are likely to choose rivals, just like I did when I needed a service and you weren't able to provide that. I go with a different customer, and that happens every day in the world of business, where if you're lowering your customer value because you wanted to lower expenses, you're going to lose some customers. It might take some time because businesses have built up these ecosystems that make it difficult for customers to switch from one provider to another. They try to get you in, and then they lower the value they provide you, and then they make it difficult for you to switch because the cost of switching takes you so much time and it's so inconvenient. They count on the fact that you'll just stick around. But if you can improve that customer experience and lower cost, that's great, and that's great news for Microsoft. So one of the areas that CoPilot is helping Microsoft now is by embedding it in their Windows operating system. Now it's available on nearly 225 million Windows 10 and Windows 11 personal computers, and that's up over 2x quarter over quarter. So manufacturers are now incorporating CoPilot into these newer PCs, enabling them with artificial intelligence. So now they have this opportunity to create an entirely new category of devices purpose-built for this new generation of AI. And all of their largest original equipment manufacturer partners have announced AI PCs in recent months. And I recently reviewed Intel's quarterly results, and Intel thought that it was going to deliver roughly 40 million AI PCs in 2024. And they recently updated and said that we're going to go well past that. Like 40 million seems very low now because of what we've seen so far in the first 3 months of 2024. So that's going to lead to increasing demand for personal computers using Windows, which has CoPilot embedded, which is great news for Microsoft because Windows is the entry point. It's the entry point into Microsoft's ecosystem. If you have Windows, you're more likely to have Microsoft product suite like 365, like Excel, Word, etc., and that helps Microsoft's core business capability and expand from there. So all of which is great news for Microsoft and Microsoft stock investors. Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.